Hi, I'm Susan Clare, Gourmet Quilter, because quilting is delicious. So today I thought I'd have a little chat with you about all sorts of things. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what I do. I design quilt patterns so that other people can make those quilts using some very delicious fabrics. I'm also designing fabrics these days as well, so there'll be more information about some of those sorts of things at other times when they become available. But I thought today it was to show you some of the types of things that I can do that you perhaps don't know. Some of you know me, some of you don't know me so well, and I thought it would be kind of fun for you to see a variety of different aspects of quilting. But I'm also here asking for some feedback from you, because I would love to know what you like to do or what you would like to do. So I've got a link for a survey in case you'd like to fill that out. I would love it if you did. It gives me some feedback, tells me a little bit about you, telling me the type of things. It's a very light-hearted survey. It's simply asking whether you like things like traditional or modern, whether you like hand sewing or machine sewing, whether you like to make bed quilts, wall hangings, or those sorts of questions, fairly general. It's only for our use so that you and I can get to know each other a little bit better. I thought that would be great. So I have, as I said, I design patterns. I have a whole variety of patterns on my website. These are a couple that are printed out. My patterns are all downloadable. The website is GourmetQuilter.com, because of course quilting is delicious. So those are some of the things that I do. And then I have, of course, I'm doing video tutorials. I do lots of tips and techniques tutorials, so I'm just showing you little snippets of techniques or things that you might want to have a go at in your quilting journey. And there's so many things. It is such a fun, delicious occupation to be quilting. So I like to do many things like little zippered pouches or working with 2.5-inch strips, and this one combines both of those things. I love to make things like cushions. Oh, and guess what? 2.5-inch strips again. Sometimes I like to make things even by hand. This is some hand embroidery, so I have some hand-stitched projects as well, although I have to say there is definitely a leaning towards the machine sewing for me. I love to make bags, and I love to make all sorts of quilts. I like to make light-coloured quilts. I like to make small quilts. I like to do simply quilting. So these are some table runners that I have done that is simply quilting, so no piecework on them, but lots of fun with machine quilting. And I think things like that can be just as attractive as having piecework. But then of course I love to do applique. This is a fun little applique quilt that I made a little while ago now. There are just so many things. If it's fabric, generally speaking, I like to use it. I like to make little pincushions. We have a little bird sitting on top of our spool here. Some little coiled bowls with fabric wrapped around rope and stitched. You can stitch almost anything these days. Just a little bit more of an information about me. As a child, I thought it would be huge fun to stitch all sorts of things, and I was so fortunate with my mother because she let me. And I would just bring in things from the garden. I might find little plastic cosmetic bags that I could cut up, and I would sew all of these things. And like I said, my mother was very good to me. Table runners. So we can make a whole variety of sizes. You don't always have to make a large quilt. Sometimes we like to make a large quilt. I like to do things with New Zealand designs. I'm in New Zealand, so that would pretty much follow suit there. New Zealand fabrics, New Zealand designs, but of course not just New Zealand designs. And then I have done all sorts of other programs over the years. We do block of the month, we do mystery quilts, and a few years ago I started doing a block of the day. Now this came about because of the deliciousness of gourmet quilting, that I thought that perhaps there's an old saying about an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and so I could not see any reason why a block a day wouldn't be good for us as well. So we did a block a day for a whole year, so 365 blocks. So this is one of the most recent one I've done. This is the bento block of the day with a very strong Japanese inspiration. I had been to Japan a couple of times, and I just loved all the things that I saw over there and thought that would make a great quilt. This quilt up behind me here, this was the first block of the day that I did. This is called that Town and Country quilt, and this one now is available in book form, again through my website. All these patterns and things are on the website. and I just don't know when to stop. I like to make little bags, I like to make little bunnies, I love little dollies, and who wouldn't love a little dolly like that? Little fabric baskets so that you can keep all your goodies in there. What else have we got here? Flowers. Oh, and Christmassy things. Christmassy things are so much fun. They're just so delicious. So that was a little bit of a rundown about me. As I mentioned earlier, the website is GourmetQuilter.com. I would love it if you'd subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you always find out what I'm up to and the next video that comes out, that you get notifications for it. And again, I'll mention the survey. I would love to hear back from you so that I will find out what it is that you like. I think that is such a good idea. And other than that, please keep going with your delicious quilting. I'm sure you're making delicious projects. And let me know if there's other delicious projects that you would like to see. Thank you.